What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Gray Rabbit Financial Report. This is going to be the Major Indices market update for March 2023. Let's hop in. Okay, guys, so in the last analysis, we projected that price was going to go up with a fake bull rally and then head down to this 3,198 level. So what I want to do is just update the new things I'm seeing in the chart today. And you can reference the last video if you want to see what we talked about last time. So as a monthly update, we can see here in the chart that we've had a rejection here at the Kijun-sen, which is the green line. And we are now forming a triple I bar, which is 3 inside bars. So you can see this blue bar here is engulfing this white and these 2 blue bars here on the monthly chart. And now what I want you to pay attention to is where this breaks out of. So right here in orange, this orange circle is at the 3,764 level. And if we have a break below this level, now we're going to confirm the N wave on the weekly chart, which I'm going to go into right now. So here, just seeing a little bit of extra detail. Last time, we projected in the last analysis that we were going to get a bounce around this Fibonacci level, the 0.786, and it looks like the Kumo cloud has resisted the price downwards very nicely. And this is that level I was telling you guys about, 3,764. If we get a close below this level, that's going to be confirming our N wave down further. And I've gone ahead, and if you can see here, this is my point of measurement. I've added the Ichimoku time cycles and time theory onto this chart, and this is measured every 26 periods projected into the future, and this is giving us one look ahead at the market. And so what I see now is I'm seeing confluence here at the same levels that we called out before. This is the 3,198 level at the S&P 500. And I'm seeing this. This price is going to approach this level around August of 2023, based on the Ichimoku time theory, and based on Fibonacci time projections, we have it around August 28th. So you can see we have a lot of confluence here in this for these time periods, and I'm still expecting this idea to finish down here. So I'll keep you guys updated if I see anything different. But right now, it seems like everything's going according to plan. So stay tuned, and we're going to be doing more analysis in the future, and I'll keep you posted. I have a TradingView account, so please look on there too if you want to see further updates. Let's move into the next market. Okay guys, this is the NASDAQ 100, and you can see I've left my lines and drawings up from the previous analysis. This is slightly different price action than the S&P 500, and you can see here that we have this really tall wick showing a lot of overhead resistance here, but now we seem to be forming more of a bullish monthly candle here on this chart. So I still think that there's a little bit more room for upside on the NASDAQ, but that we're gonna see resistance from the Kijun-sen up here. And we're going to see a reversal sometime around July based on this Fibonacci time projection. And we're going to see a reversal back down to this major trend line here. And that's at the 8,910 level. And right now with the Fibonacci time projections, we have that reaching around March 24th. And so let's just take a look at some more detail on the weekly chart. And you can see that the market right now is kind of ranging, but we did have some resistance here from the Kumo cloud. And so it's going to be very important to keep an eye on this level here, the 12,880 level. If we get a break above that, we're going to have to come back to the drawing board and start, looking at some other possible scenarios. However, I do think that even if price goes into the Kumo cloud, we're still going to see resistance, and we're going to see price continue to move down further to this 8,910 level. And we have that also reaching around March of 2024. And now I'm going to just go ahead real quick, and I'm going to draw in some Ichimoku time cycles real quick. And let's just measure this out and do it in real time. So here we can see we have a close above the Kijun-sen. So I'm going to use this as my point of reference. And I'm going to go over 26 bars. And I'm going to put that line there as just as a measurement tool. Whoop. And let's draw. Here we are. Let's draw in the time cycles. Okay. So these orange vertical lines are our Ichimoku time theory cycles. And you can see that they're actually pretty close to lining up with the Fibonacci projections. So this point here, this is July 31st, 2023, and our Fibonacci was August 14th, so very close, 2 weeks difference there. This could be our next Henka B, which they call an Ichimoku, or day of change. And this is where I'm looking for the reversal to happen. So just move this here. So we could be getting a reversal at this 1.272 Fibonacci retracement level. And I expect this to be happening around July 2023. And then we're gonna get a bounce down to these levels here. And this is showing, the Ichimoku time theory is showing January 2024. And our Fibonacci level was showing February 2024. So somewhere around this time period, we could be seeing a touch on this major trend line here. And I'm going to keep an eye out for price hitting around this level, 8,910, and that's for the NASDAQ 100. Okay guys, let's hop into Bitcoin US dollar on the monthly chart. So as you can see, I have my drawings and all my line work up from the last analysis. And it seems that price has broken up over top of the Tenkan-sen. And it could be price could be following this this Kumo cloud up. And so we could see some further price action higher. But I do believe that we're going to be meeting resistance up here at some point and coming back down to this major trend line. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. And what I want to do today is I just want to point out that, you know, we have all these signals here. We have the Ichimoku cloud twist. We have the Ichimoku cloud breakout, so the price is below this cloud. And we have a death cross here, Ichimoku death cross. And we have this Chico span, which is now tracing the candles up, but it is below the candles, which is a bearish indicator. And so let's take a look at the weekly chart. And this is what I want to show you guys. Look at this gigantic Kumo cloud on the weekly chart. Now, we see that the price is actually breaking into the cloud. And for me, I like to think of the cloud as a no-fly zone. When the plane or the price is in the cloud, this is a very turbulent, volatile area. So I would not recommend taking any trades, especially if you're trading on a more long scale, like day or swing traders. If you're a scalper, maybe this could be for you. But for my personal trading style, I don't recommend trading when price is in the Ichimoku cloud. But anyways, I think that this here could be the next kind of resistance area. If you can see, this is where the Kijun-sen was last flat. Kijun-sen is the green line here. And I think that we could possibly see some overhead resistance from that line here. So, and that's at the 33,000 level. So perhaps Bitcoin short term is bullish up to 33,000. But you know, I do expect price to continue down based on the other factors that we've seen in the monthly chart. And I do expect another bounce off of this trend line here. And you know, the way that Bitcoin likes to behave, you know, it's very volatile, and price always goes a little bit higher than you expect, and it always goes a little bit lower than you expect. So I wouldn't be surprised if price touches this 12,184 level before beginning a new bull market or bull cycle up. So I'm going to continue to look for this level. I think our idea is still intact here. This might be going a bit higher into the cloud, but I still think that we can expect some sort of bounce here off of this trend line between 17,590 and 12,184 in the future. And if you look at right now, we have Fibonacci time projections here, and we have this timing around June 19th, 2023. But I'm gonna just draw on the Ichimoku time cycles real quick, just to see if we get any other confluence with those. So I gotta find my measuring tool. Okay, let's measure out 26 periods. There it is. So, and let's put So for anyone new to drawing Ichimoku time cycles, I have an Ichimoku series where you can learn this in depth, but just to summarize that whenever price breaks above or below this green line, which is called the Kijun Sen, that's going to be our point of measurement for the 26 time period Ichimoku periods. And so if you see what we've just drawn, this Ichimoku time period lines up with July 10th, 2023. So the Fibonacci and the Ichimoku time cycles are actually pretty close to each other. And I expect price to reach back down to this level, at least to this trend line, possibly lower to the 12,184 level. And I expect that to happen sometime between June 19th, 2023 and July 10th, 2023. But as always, each month we're going to be updating these ideas. So please check back in and I'll let you know if I see anything new happening in the charts. But just to reiterate and summarize, we could see possible short-term bullish action up to the 33,000 level, met by resistance there, and then traveling back down to these levels here. And that's anywhere from 18,624 to 12,184. And that's going to be happening sometime by June or July 2023. So, yep, that's where we're at with Bitcoin. Now let's hop into the next market. Okay guys, now we're looking at Ethereum US dollar on the monthly chart. And so last time we mentioned that we had a Ichimoku cloud twist, we had the Ichimoku death cross, and we had the Chico span tracing, but almost coming below the candles here. And we also mentioned that we had a descending P wave here. And so now you can see price has broken out of this descending P wave up, which is not normally the case. Typically it breaks down. So this could just be forming instead of a descending P wave, it could just be coming into more of a ranging Y wave market. But regardless of which wave it is, we see that prices close above the Tenkan-sen here, which is the blue line. And I think that short term, we have a short-term bullish wave up, and it could be tracing up this Kumo cloud until we see this flat area here of resistance, which is around $2,195. So short term, I see Ethereum bullish. However, long term, with all these the Sanyoko Kyoten, or the trend signal signs from Ichimoku, I do see further price action continuing lower long term. And so what I want to do is I want to move into the weekly chart to get some more detail on this. And so you can see this is actually quite similar to the Bitcoin chart we just looked at. We see that price has not entered into the Kumo cloud, so I'm going to be keeping an eye on this very carefully. If price closes inside the Kumo cloud, then we might be reformulating some of our ideas here. However, I don't see price going further than 2,228 level here. This is the last area where the Kijun Sen was flat, and this area here is going to act as an overhead resistance area. So if we do see price continue up, we could have price continue up like this into the cloud, and then come back down off of this trend line here, and possibly continue down further. So let's see, we're going to take a look at this, and we're going to keep updating. But one thing I want to do, and what I did for the last charts, is I want to draw on the the Ichimoku time theory cycles. So let's take a look at that. Let me just get my measuring stick here. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Okay, so we see here's where price closed above the Kijun-sen last. So let's measure 26 periods out from there. And wow, look at that. So 26 periods is actually where our Fibonacci time projection is already at. So let's just draw these on. Boom. So yeah, so I think that we're going to be seeing short-term bullish move up from Ethereum, possibly up to the 2,228 level. And from that area up there, we're going to see a bounce back down off of this major trend line here. And this level here is the 1,340. But you know how these crypto markets like to overextend themselves. So I'm looking for this target here at 873. And that's going to be occurring on July 2023, which, if you remember from our last chart, Bitcoin, that was actually the same time period for our bottoming target also. So, you know, a lot of times these crypto markets can be moving together and synchronizing in ways. So we'll keep an eye on that, and I will keep you guys updated as each month passes by. But yeah, let's hop into the next chart. Okay guys, now we're going to move on to US dollar index. This is the monthly chart. And here I just want to show you, these are the lines from last time. Let's go, we've seen the monthly chart from last time, so I'm going to move into the weekly chart. It has a little bit more detail. So look, last time we saw that there was a bounce off the top of this major trend line here. We have the Chico span below the candles. Oh. And we also had an Ichimoku death cross here. So we called these out last time, and we expected price to retrace back up to this 0.38 level, Fibonacci level. And it actually got pretty close to it. If you can see that, let's zoom in on there. So we got pretty close to that 3 level, and we saw price get rejected. And now it's continuing down, and on the weekly chart, we now have a bearish Kumo twist. This is still a baby cloud, so we're waiting for that to get some more steam in it before we can confirm the bearish trend down. But if we see a break below this level here on this weekly chart, that's the $100 level and 48 cents. If we get a close below that, that's going to be confirming this bearish trend down, and you're going to see more steam in this Kumo cloud, and you're going to see it forming a much better structure. So we're going to keep an eye out for that. And now one thing I want to do is I want to put so we have the Fibonacci time projections in here. And remember from last time we projected that we were going to hit $94 around August 2024 on this Fibonacci time projection. So let's take the Ichimoku time projections now. So I'm going to grab the measuring tape, and if you see, here is where price last closed below the Kijun-sen. Oh, sorry, I need to measure from this point here, and I need to measure 26 bars. Boom, right there. And now I'm going to draw in and project 26 time periods. So yeah, I think we could see, you know, maybe we see price come down, bounce off this Tenkan-sen here, come back up to this level, touch again, and then continue back down. And let's see. Yeah, so it looks like... Oh. Looks like our Fibonacci time period here is May 2024. So it's slightly different. But hold on. Yeah, let's see. No. So I'm not seeing as much confluence on this one with the Ichimoku time theory, but we're going to keep an eye on this chart, and I do expect, if price closes below this Senko span B, and then it closes below this level here, it's pretty safe to say that we've entered into a bearish market. We have Sanyoku Kyoten signs already. We have the Death Cross. We have Chico span below the candles. And our third and final one is a break below the Senko span B, which is this line here. And if we get that signal, I think it's safe to say that we're going to see a lot of continuation downwards here. So we're gonna keep checking back in on this, and I'll keep you guys updated if I see anything different in the charts. But let's move on to the next chart. Okay guys, so let's check back in here. We have US oil, and we had something interesting happen here. The price of oil has broken below this trend line here, and it is coming up very close to the 0.50 retracement level. So I'm still expecting oil to go higher for macroeconomic reasons. We have the war in Ukraine. We have a lot of money printing happening, a lot of quantitative easing. So I just feel like the price of real assets and commodities are going to continue to go higher based on these facts. And this is just a simple outlook, but this is also what I'm seeing in the charts. But I was surprised that price broke a little bit underneath this line here. So I'm expecting support to this line here, possibly to support, or the 0.50 level here on the retracement. And what I want to show you guys is that if this gets supported and continues up, this will form an N wave up, which is one of the major waves of the Ichimoku wave theory. And so if we have an N wave up, I've put the Fibonacci projections here. And these are just price targets that we can expect to price to reach if it is an N wave, in fact. And so we also have the Fibonacci time projections. And something I want to do too, like we did on the previous charts, is I just want to see the Ichimoku time cycles. So I'm going to measure out here. This is 26 periods to this line. And now I'm going to draw in. Yes, right there. I'm going to draw in and make these orange so it's easier to see. These are the Ichimoku. Send this to the back. These are the Ichimoku time periods. So if you can see, I have this one highlighted here. We had our Fibonacci time period here on February 2024. And we have our Ichimoku time period here in November 2024. So I'm going to just put this in the middle here. And I'm expecting price to reach in between this 0.68 Fibonacci projection. And this is at the $144 level. And the next one is at the 166 level. So I expect the price of oil to be reaching either this 144 level or this 166 level somewhere in between February 2024 and November 2024. So let's keep an eye on that. I'm gonna redraw this chart here, like something gonna be something like that. So we're going to continue to monitor this, but I do expect oil to continue further higher, and we know price is still above this bullish Kumo, which is flat now, so it's not technically bullish, and we do have this death cross, but that's only one of the Sanyoku Kyoten signals, and I do expect once this Chico span hits the candles here, I expect the Chico span to trace the candles back up. So I'm expecting this to be an N wave up. And I still have my target set at 150, somewhere around February, February to November 2024. So we're gonna keep fine tuning this chart and try and get a little bit more detail, but I think we need to wait until this candle closes and gets support here, so we can have our 1, 2, and 3 points of measurement, so we can project how far this N wave is going to go up. And I'm going to be checking back in with you guys about that, so stay tuned. And let's move on to the next chart. Okay guys, so moving on to gold US dollar. Gold is getting a lot of momentum. We just saw gold break out of this overhead downward trend line here. So, you know, with the recent news about the banks, you know, Credit Suisse and the Silicon Valley Bank, I think a lot of people have been thinking, you know, we need to take some risk off the table. We need to get precious metals. So there's been a lot of steam in the precious metal markets. However, I have not changed my thesis on precious metals. Long term, I'm extremely bullish, but short term, I'm still thinking that price action is heading lower. So, and what's going to change my mind on that? Well, we're going to have to see, here, let's see if we can draw something here. We're going to have to see, you know, price make an N wave above like that. If I see an N wave up like this, then I'm going to change my thesis. But until then, you know, this could just be a trend line overshoot, which happens quite often. So let's see what happens, but I'm still expecting price to head back down. You know, last time we mentioned we had an Ichimoku death cross. Now we do have the Chico span above the candles, which is, you know, is quite bullish. But in my opinion, you know, this is still a ranging market, and we don't have evidence yet that that this is a bullish market yet for gold. Now, if we get a close above this level here, the $2,078, we're going to have to start reevaluating the thesis of this idea. But let's move into the weekly chart and just get a little more detail. Okay. So here we go. Now this, if I just right off the bat, this is a ranging market here. However, we do have this N wave coming up like this, right? And we do have this break of the trend line. So we have a bullish twist here on the Kumo cloud, and we have the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen pointing up. So we have the 3 Sanyoko Kyoten signs, which are the gold cross, Chico span above the candles, and we have a break of the Kumo cloud here. So, but we do have this is a baby Kumo here, a baby bullish Kumo, and it needs more steam before we can consider this a bullish trend with a proper structure. So right now, I'm just expecting this to be an overshoot of this trend line. I expect resistance to be met maybe perhaps somewhere up in this area, and then we'll be continuing back down. So let's see, we kind of need more information on this chart. I'm gonna just, you know, keep it simple at that, but one thing I want to do too is I want to add the Ichimoku time cycles in. So let's do that like we did before. So here's where the Kijun-sen was broken and closed, and here's 26 periods. Let's put the time cycles in there. Boom. So this is actually okay. So let's get a circle in there. Where's my circle? So I'm expecting price to come up here. Price will come up here, and then hold on. Let's get a Fibonacci time projection. Okay, let's put one in here on this one. Yeah, so right here, let's get it right there. I'm expecting a bounce here at this 0.618 level. So expect gold price to go up to $2,017 and then continue to be resisted there. back down. So let's see what happens. But if it does get resisted here, we're gonna see a move back down here, and let's see if we get some confluence. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about here. So I think right around here is where we had our Fibonacci time projection. So, and this is our Ichimoku one. So, but anywhere between May 2024 and August 2024, we could see gold price back down further. You know, it could be coming back down to this 1,623 level. But you know, like I just mentioned, we have 3 Senyoko Kyoten signals. If we start to see this bullish Kumo cloud forming, we're gonna scrap that idea, and you know, we're gonna have to reevaluate our thesis. But until then, August 2024, expect gold to go back down to the 1,521 level. So that's right now. That's my projection. Let's see what happens. I know it sounds ridiculous because all these macroeconomic factors are really pointing towards, you know, people starting to put money into precious metals. However, you know, this could be a way to shake people out of these precious metal markets, which, you know, are highly manipulated by the banks. And as you see the banks start losing power, they're going to need to manipulate these markets as long and as strong as they can. So we might see some unexpected moves in the precious metal markets. And if you're a stacker or you're an investor in precious metal, you need to make sure that you can withstand this volatility, because this is what we're seeing in the price action right now. So if anything changes, I'll let you guys know. But until then, let's move into the next chart. Okay guys, here's a look at silver US dollar. Like we mentioned last time, we had an Ichimoku death cross. We had the Chico span below the candles. And we had resistance here at the Kijun-sen, which is the green line. Now, our projection from last time was calling for the price of silver to reach around $15.64. And this would be sometime around July 2023. Right now we can see that the market is just kind of ranging. The Kumo cloud is flat on the monthly chart here. But we do see the same bullish candle like we just saw on the gold chart, which was overshooting the major trend line on the top here. So silver is still contained in this bearish channel. So we're going to be keeping an eye and seeing if silver breaks out of this channel. But let's take a look at the weekly chart. So here we can see that you know, silver has come back down and then bounced off the bottom of this Kumo cloud. Here's the bullish candle back up. But this market is just kind of ranging. You know, we have a lower high here and we have a lower low. This could be possibly an N wave back up this way, or it could be an N wave back down this way. And you know, I'm still expecting this to be an N wave back down. But let's, you know, we're gonna have to wait for more price action and more information. You know, this could just be a knee-jerk reaction to the recent news. But you know, like I just mentioned, I think the banks are going to be trying to crush precious metal prices with manipulation for as long as they can, and to shake as many people out of that market as possible. So if you are an investor in that market, expect a lot of volatility to continue occurring, and expect some pretty big moves in the future. But long term, I'm very bullish on silver. I think silver is one of the most undervalued assets in the entire world. So if you're looking to take some profits out of, you know, another asset class that you consider overvalued, I think that, you know, having precious metals, especially silver and gold, are going to be very lucrative for you in the future. But until then, you're going to have to hold tight through this price action that we're seeing. And I still do believe that price is going to reach down to this level here around July 2023. That's the $15.64 per ounce. So let's see, but I'm going to draw on the Ichimoku time cycles and just see if we get any confluence here on the chart. So let's see, here's the last break above the Kijun-sen. Here's 26. Oh, and then I'm just gonna draw these on real quick. Okay, so no confluence with the Fibonacci time cycles, but we are getting some time cycles here. This one here is looking good. This is May 2023. So yeah, from the Fibonacci and the Ichimoku, sometime between May and July, we could see the silver market touching off this bottom of this trend line here. And then hopefully that's the bottom and we continue back up. So we're gonna keep following this chart, but yeah, guys, that's what I see right now, and I'll let you know. You know, if we get a close above $24, and let's see this. If the price of silver closes above $24.62, we're gonna reevaluate this chart, and we're gonna show you our projections for the future. So stay tuned for that. But until then, expect around $15 to $16 silver. Sometime between May and July 2023. All right, let's hop into the next chart. Okay, guys, now we're gonna look at the weekly chart here on platinum. And so last time we noticed that we had a Ichimoku death cross on platinum US dollar, and we had the Chico span below the candles. However, now we have a gold cross, and we have the Chico span above the candles. So what this tells me is that, you know, we're just in a ranging market here. Prices going up and down, up and down. We're not really getting any proper trending market signals here. So price is just going to be ranging in between these major trend lines here. And one thing I want to look at is that, look at this wick on this candle. You know, there's a lot of overhead resistance. So I'm expecting price to bounce off the top of this Kumo cloud here and continue back down. But you know, this is a ranging market, so we're just gonna have to keep an eye out for any new trend signals that we might find. But I'm gonna also, so last time we mentioned that with the Fibonacci time cycle projections, we expected price to reach $827.29 by October 2023, and that's per ounce of platinum to US dollar. And what I want to do is, just like we did on the previous charts, I'm just going to measure, and I'm going to do the 26 time period Ichimoku time cycles. So there it is, and let's draw these cycles on there. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, yeah, I mean, we're not really seeing too much confluence, but you know, if we, hold on, let's try this with a 9. Let's try this with a 9 period time cycle and see if we can get any extra detail here. 9. So I'm gonna make that blue. Okay, let's make this blue. Okay, guys, so yeah, as you can see, we do have a little more detail with these 9 period Ichimoku time cycles. So let's go with those. I'm expecting price of platinum to reach this area, $827.29, anywhere between October 2nd, 2023 and October 30th. So basically just in October, we could see the price of platinum hitting again off this trend line here, and hopefully bottoming there. That will be a great place to look to enter a trade possibly. So yeah, I'm gonna keep updating you guys on that, but let's expect platinum to go a little bit lower, down to $827 per ounce by October 2023. Guys, that concludes my analysis for March 2023. I hope you enjoyed this content, and if so, please like and subscribe, and comment below with your ideas for the future market outlook. Until next time, peace.